So I'm live, but yeah, I'll be out here first Saturday. From what time was it again? From what'd you say, good brother? One to what? Huh? 4 to 7. 4 to 7. 4 to 7. There you go. I forgot already. 4 to 7. I wrote it down though.
Trying to help the family. That plan I want to look fake, man. What is that, man? Is it a palm?
Yeah. They call it a corn plant, man.
Man, my money tree starting to take off, man.
Yes, I know that's right. You said a money tree?
Yeah, man.
I know that's right. I tell people they got money trees growing. Hog Life Randy in the house, y'all. I got a story about that brother, man. Mr. Randy, you need to reach out to me, man. I got a documentary working on. We're gonna talk. We got to talk about something that you seen that you was a part of. Matter of fact, I didn't think about it till you popped up on here. Yeah, I'm out here in Macon, Georgia. We got a new supplier of my book here in stock in Macon. Matter of fact, I'm gonna walk y'all around the store. Should that go there? We're gonna put that right there. I'm gonna walk y'all around the store. You gonna do the interview, sis? Cause they say they ain't even dressed. I love messing with the people around behind the register. They be like, what? I didn't get dressed for that. I'm like, it's just Facebook. It ain't like it's Channel 7 News got 18 billion followers. You know what I'm saying? I was like, if I'd have known he was going live, I would have worn my other shirt. Look at this, y'all. They got all these products from black folks, African American folks, whoever we call. That's what I love about black business, you know what I'm saying? They give us, the little people, the opportunity to sell our stuff, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't little, though. They got all these books in here. You even got me over there, y'all. Look at here. Then you got all your goods. See, we were sitting here having some good conversation. I said, let me let them see where I'm at, and then we're gonna finish this conversation, y'all, because we was having some good conversation in here. So this is the bookstore, the vegan restaurant. What else am I doing? The center, events, the cultural center. You want to come out? And for those of y'all who know about this right here, if you know how to move these pieces around and you think you're somebody special, come on out and let's do something. Be careful up in here because these cats, this is what they do. You know what I mean? Just don't think you're going to sit down with anybody and you may get mopped up and get your feelings hurt. And this is a long way to be coming out here and get beat down, you know? Say some of them, say them small town people, they call them, and then wore them out in dominoes, in chess, and they can't go back and talk about it. This ain't checkers, this chess. Say they don't like Macon. I said, why you don't like Macon? Say them cats out there wore me out on that chessboard. Hey, that happened to me. I bought that same board, brand new chessboard, and I sit down with one of my homeboys. And man, he over there selling stuff and bending jewelry and all of that stuff. He bend the copper, right? So he over there selling and distracted. And I'm sitting down focused, and he like, I move, bam. I'm like, damn, don't you even need to think about it? Hey, he first 4 moves, he tearing me up. I'm like, you know what, man? I'm taking my board and I'm out. You is not finna beat me down on my brand new board that's every bit of 10 minutes old. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even got to think about it, man. You ain't distracted. So I'll be speaking here on March 6th, the first Saturday of March coming up. I'll be right here on the stage. They're going to clear it out for me, have me come in here. speak, and they're gonna rearrange and have all these chairs sitting in here. See, they sell a lot of cultural stuff up in here. I'm in Macon, Georgia, y'all. I'm an hour and some change outside of Atlanta. This is another one of them booming little cities that's taking off that I want our people to know about. So that's why they got me come out here and let me do all the talking about it and what's happening. Miss Cynthia, what's going on? See, but this is what I love, man. People buy your cultural stuff for your house. You know, he the greatest. Laverne, how you doing? The greatest. I'm gonna head outside, let y'all see what's going on outside. And it's a vegan restaurant, matter of fact. He prepares food for you. Got your counter over here. Got that black soap over there, got all the tonics. For those of y'all who say y'all ain't got time for no COVID, y'all better come on down here and get you some of this stuff. Ain't too many people wearing masks around here. People who eating right, they ain't worried about all that. I done already had that's my plate right there. I done already had some of these muffins, these vegan muffins, so I'm gonna have to take some home with me too. All them books about health. See, you come over, you gotta come to these kind of communities to find out about health. They get some real serious conversations about health be going on. The name of it's up here. Oh yeah, we also have some deep conversations we're sitting over here. My boy there, rest in peace. Lowrider brother. Oh, you got my other partner over there, Mr. Shabazz, Elementary Genocide. Y'all gotta get that video too.
Yeah, you know him?
Yeah, I talked to him. I'm supposed to talk to him yesterday. We're gonna do his podcast again. He's gonna put me on that podcast. We got a lot to talk about. Let me go out that door and get the outside. I know, you know Rick too, right? Rick Matthews. You got the Okay, we'll finish this conversation. We'll get back. All the Atlanta locals. He say, Ross? Not Ross. Okay, so this is the stove. Let me let y'all see the stove. Let me let y'all see the little small town I'm in. Small town booming. Look at construction across the street, y'all. Everybody wondering why they doing so much construction in this town. Don't nobody want to live out here. Homeland Village. So this is the spot right here, 2910, whatever this street is. Don't ask me because I forgot. I'm gonna walk to the corner over here of Jammu. Oh, here you go, y'all. Homeland Village Cultural Center out here in Macon, Georgia. Look at that. I love to find boarded up stuff because I want to know how much they want for it. They are gentrifying the small towns, and they like, TJ, come on out here and let's talk about what's happening and how we can benefit from this. How can we make some money off of this real estate? Should we buy some of this real estate? What should we buy, TJ? When they have bigger events, this the stage they be up on. I love that small town stuff, y'all. I love that small town stuff because this is where you make money at. The big cities be too expensive to be making real money, you know what I'm saying? The small towns is where you make your real money. That's why I'm always all around the country traveling and checking out stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going on. So I need y'all to, I didn't mean to interrupt y'all. If y'all don't mind sharing some information, some knowledge, let me sit down over here. And y'all lace a brother up and lace us up with some information on some history in Macon. Tell us who from Macon and who out here and what's the population, how many of them look like us, if y'all don't mind.
Man, that's about 75%.
75% of us out here in Macon.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm from California. We make up about 6%.
6.
6%. Last I checked, it was 8, but that keep dropping fast. So I'm assuming it should be about 6. Somebody told me that's what the schools was at.
Get that book.
The home of Otis Redding right here, man.
Try that shit.
Huh?
The home of Otis Redding right here.
Yeah.
Otis Redden was over here.
Little Richard,
Richard.
Is that right?
the Allman Brothers,
Yep.
Wet Willie. Who else from this area? James Brown used to hang out here.
Is that right?
From
That was in his
He's
movie.
from Augusta, but he used to be in Macon performing a lot. Who else is?
So what about real estate? Y'all going through some gentrification, right?
Yes, sir.
Lots of new people coming, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
So tell me about that college. How long that college been there?
Mercer, how long Mercer been?
Mercer been there for a while.
Yeah, probably did.
Mercer was there when they first started 13 WMZ, the news channel. So, you know, it was children, people that was from Mercer.
Yeah.
So what tripped me out is we riding through the hood. I don't want to insult nobody, but we riding through the neighborhood, y'all. You know, we could say compatible to Watts if you in California. If you in New York, what are you talking about? Harlem or what we talking about back then? This is where we at, and it was like looking a little bit uncomfortable-ish if you ain't familiar with this kind of area. But boy, I swear we crossed over that freeway, and I was like, whoa.
Yep.
What just happened? You know, like they say, he crossed the tracks. You know what I'm saying? The other side of the tracks, and all of a sudden, I'm like, man, how big is that house? 335? He like, no, man, that house 6,000 square feet. I'm like, what?
The house I used to live in?
Yeah. All the houses just changed, and it's like super nice, like we just went through some time portal or something. Like we teleported to a different country or something. And it's like, man, I could just walk across the freeway overpass,
Yeah.
and you go from 28,000 to 350,000 through in 35 steps. You know what I'm saying?
About right.
Crazy. So, how long do you think it's gonna take before they come on the other side of the freeway?
That's what they're doing. They're letting the neighborhood run down so they can come in and scoop up the property. So they can, they'll build it up. They're doing it already. Gentrification is already going on because there was an area where we had projects, you know, where all black people live. They tore all that down, and now they're building community. They're building neighborhoods where, you know, it's a mixed community where black and white live. But people who can't afford it, you know, where they go.
Right. So what they pushing them on to?
Knows where. I mean, probably on the bridges, you know.
Oh wow, homelessness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, for the most part.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of that's going on right now.
Are you seeing anybody, like I know you into the construction side of it, you seeing any people benefiting from this, making money off of the real estate?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So it's plenty of money.
Not people who look like us, you know, but a lot of people benefiting from it, you know. 'Cause, you know, you got contractors coming in, building the houses. You got realtors selling the houses.
Wow.
You got the people who can afford the houses coming in, buying them, you know, and rebuilding the community. You know, it all looks good, but you're not looking at the fact of what it's doing to the people who can't afford it. And that's all they know, because they've been living in these areas pretty much all their life. You know, so it's going on all over the country, but you know, we're seeing it here now, you know, in real time.
Right. So is anybody, you know, making money? Did they get it? Is the school still teach the trades out here?
In the school,
Do they got the trades in the schools?
They're not. Well, they got technical colleges, but you got to pay for those. You know, they don't have any when I was coming up, we had industrial art, which was trades, but it was free. It was in actual grade school. It was in high school. So you had options. You had those options. If you want to take up brick masonry, welding, carpentry, plumbing, all those trades were available free in school, in public school. But they did away with all that.
Wow. They didn't put up a big fight to see it go. So tell me, they replaced that with college, huh? What you think?
Yeah. Because they wanted to basically control what people did so they can feed into the corporation.
Right.
They want to cater to the corporation. They don't want to cater to people building their own community and benefiting from their community. Entrepreneurship. They don't want to sell you that. They want to say you go get a college degree and come back and work at McDonald's. Until you can do better.
Wow, because ain't nothing else out there for you.
Yeah.
Doctor, what's your name? Doctor such and such, we're going to put you on a register. You know what I'm saying? And that's temporary, you know what I'm saying? Because the computer going to take that job shortly.
There you go. That's going on too right now.
So you got the trades. You said all of the trades was in schools when you was there. So did you see a difference with the city from where everybody had the trades to now all of a sudden everybody got a degree? Did you notice what was the difference? What happened to the city with that?
Yeah, I lived through all that, because basically I came up doing segregation. So
You go feed the paperwork.
okay, all right, bro.
Good to see you, brother. All right.
Hey, I'm gonna try my hard to be out here on the 6th.
Okay, make it happen, brother. Appreciate it.
Basically, I went to an all-black school until my senior year in school. That's when they forced integration on us. My senior year in school. So the 4 years of high school that I went before my last year, was an all-black school, and you felt a lot of harmony. You felt love. You felt the teachers showed love to you. They didn't just.
They look like you.
Yeah, because they all look like you.
They could have been.
And they lived in your community.
Right.
And things like that.
So they want you to win.
Yeah. And like I said, we had all kind of trades that we could take.
Right.
And it was beneficial. We had auto mechanic, you had brick masonry, you had carpentry, you had all these things, man.
That's school. High school.
In our community, we saw a lot of black businesses. We had black grocery stores, we had black shop, hair shop, black mechanic shop, black, contractors. All those things were easily available to us that I don't see now.
And you think all that comes from them pulling the trades out the schools and rolling in college?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
And then on top of that, you get stuck with what's the loan?
Student loans.
The student loan that
for a lifetime.
That would take you half of your career to pay.
Yeah, who gonna come up with $300,000, $200,000 to pay it off?
Yeah. And what degree is worth $300,000? That you could have took that money and
Man.
started your own thing.
Can you imagine coming into Macon with $300,000 to invest with?
Oh yeah.
How many businesses
you do very well with $300,000 in Macon.
Or even $25,000 a year. Say I got $25,000 a year that I want to use to buy some real estate and start businesses.
Yeah.
Like they say, they don't pay it all at one time. They pay it by the year. Okay, well, what can we do with $25,000 in Macon? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A year, buy a few properties a year.
I started out when I grew up kind of doing carpentry work and stuff. As a kid, I was around people who did that kind of work. So these type of people were my role model. I saw them doing it. And they would take me with them sometime. To clean up and do things like that. So I grew up in that field, and it was very interesting to me. And even though when I graduated from school and went into the military, I became eligible, to go to college, for VA.
VA loan.
Yeah, VA loan or whatever it's called, to go to college.
Oh, okay,
And I went to junior college here locally. chance.
Exactly. What degree is worth
I'm good. I'm
300,000?
good. How you doing?
Miss Corday.
Great. What's going on with
We are having an intermission while the brother handles his business. I know we got the sister back there hiding
you? You saw
somewhere.
my name? What, like what?
You see all this stuff
As a
back here, my
contact?
queen?
What was it?
It's an amazing place.
Oh,
They
I
got,
just went
the
today.
brother said they do a lot of tonics and stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. But I, I don't know.
Meditate. Great rising.
Well,
Protection.
yeah, they keep me busy. There's always
Positive.
something to do at this place, and then when I leave, going somewhere, there's always something to do wherever I'm going. So,
Greatest
yeah,
hero in the
we
black
actually do.
community that most people
I
don't
went
even
out
talk
this
about.
morning and worked on the house that I was remodeling. So I did a little work over there, and now I'm back here at the store. So, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, the people just moved out of it early January, so now um, it's empty, and I think they're trying to rent it out. Now the guy that I'm doing the work for, he he's looking to buy the house. I think he wants to
We're
buy
finna
it.
wrap it up, family.
I think he want to buy it. So, but I'm not sure. What's going on with it.
I've
going
never
on,
been
brother?
in here. I've never been in here. Dang, it's nice. Hey, can I ask something?
You on the phone, brother? Y'all together or?
No, they not.
Oh, okay.
But I ain't trying to buy nothing, man. So I don't know what you got in that bag, but I'm not.
I'm good.
I get one
Now
of
it's
the peppermint.
somebody just walked in the door.
I got some baby stuff. You understand?
He said he want peppermint. Grab one, bro, and go on. You have a good day, brother.
So what not?
How you doing, brother? All right.
No, I was talking to you now. Somebody just came in the door.
So we let me walk up here a minute. So let me let y'all see.
You bought, what? You bought what now?
I'm trying to getting ready to head back to the big city of Atlanta, but they informed me I need to wait till traffic die down. This is the stage. I'll be speaking here this coming on March 6th. That's a Saturday, the first Saturday of March, from 4 to 7 p.m., giving a presentation talking about real estate. Oh, she said go lower. Go slower, my bad. Oh, okay, now y'all shopping, huh? Look at y'all. Come on out and support this black business, y'all. All this stuff is made by black people, you know what I'm saying? It's sold by black people and benefited by black people. You know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that we do. So now, black people is a large part of creating black jobs, y'all. Can y'all imagine our people sitting there, wood experts, just making it happen, cutting all this and sanding and polishing to make. Look at this one. This is something I like right here. I like this. Look at this sister here. Love them black queens, y'all. Love my black queen. Look at all them sisters. Got the babies with them. Look at this. Raise them black babies, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. They over there getting the food and everything. That's a good piece right there. I ain't gonna zoom in on that one. Brother say he bought this building. I love to hear when black business owners own their building. And this is art right here. This is an amazing piece of art. You know why this is so amazing? It's saying, hey, y'all, women is supposed to breastfeed their children. But they got people who don't. They put them on the Similac and all them different stuff that they sell in the stores, and that's what's making these babies sick. Emancipation. Look at that. That's what it's all about right there, y'all. That's what it's all about. If we ain't got that, something wrong. We got to get that. We got to focus more on that for 21, y'all. This year, that's where it's all about. We got to put that back together. You know, hey, they think they designed to get brothers or something. I don't know, but the real thing they designed is to feed babies. That's what breast is for. So you're supposed to feed your babies with that breast milk. You know what I'm saying? And I heard people who will breastfeed these babies up until a certain age versus people can't wait to get the babies off of the breast milk, you know? And that's why people getting sick. They ain't fully mature yet. They ain't fully developed yet. And they start getting sick because they mamas pulled them off of the breast too early. Oh, let me show y'all this over here. For those of y'all who didn't get to see. So I done had me a nice vegan dinner, vegan lunch, whatever. Now I'm gonna bring some of these vegan muffins home. You got some plain ones, then you got some walnuts, and then you got some pecans and some almonds. Sin, you want me to send you some of these? I see you. Look at that. You got them sticks, them licorice sticks. He got all his tonics over here. Sour sap bitters. Black seed oil. And you wonder why you see people don't wear masks. That be these healthy people right here, like myself. People who don't be sitting there having pork chops and all that stuff. Talking about I had some pork ribs today. Yeah, that's the people who hide and trying not to get sick from COVID, getting mad at people for not wearing their masks. But the plant-based people, not trying to brag and boast, I'm just saying, the plant-based healthy eating kind of people, they don't even worry about it because we start working on our immune systems. That's all. You got to work on your immune system and get yourself together, and then you're good. And you ain't thinking about all that.
Okay, well, look, I need to look. I got some people here waiting to talk to me.
I like this.
Is it Macon Manor? That's over there on Ingleside. That's one on Ingleside. Yeah. I mean, they got several of them, but I don't know if that's one of them. I mean, I don't know if that's the one you're talking about. So,
Y'all got to read that, y'all. You want to learn about what's going on? Read that.
that's not making
That sister over there, she knows her stuff, but she not going to share today. Tell us what's going on. Come on now. Because she didn't wear the right clothes, she said, right?
Yeah, it's a nice area.
Y'all sisters, y'all be killing me. Y'all, the beautiful women on the planet, but don't want to get in front of a live. Then you got the ones who do want to get in front of the live that don't need to be in front of the live. See, the real queens know if I'm not dressed appropriate, I'm not going to get in front of that camera. See what I'm saying?
I ain't getting that family matters, okay? So don't put me in that at all.
Look at there. Look who made it to the shelf, y'all.
Yeah, I got some people here.
TJ is in stock in Macon, Georgia, y'all. Y'all stop by this black bookstore, vegan restaurant, and come on and support. You learn a lot of history up in here, y'all. You see, he got a lot about Marcus Garvey, y'all, in here, and you want to know why? Why? Maybe we can ask the brother himself. Why you got so much of Marcus Garvey and not Malcolm, no, Martin Luther King? Not like that, but you got a whole lot of Marcus Garvey in here. Tell the people what's going on.
Because his doctrine and his philosophy is so relevant to where we need to be going today. You know, he laid out the blueprint for what we need to be doing then and now.
Wow.
And we still ain't, we still ain't paying attention to it. So
I'm paying
that's why
attention.
I
I'm
got
paying attention.
He's a man who did in my heart, did in my soul, and my spirit. You know, what he stood for black people, what he stood up and represented for us is hadn't been matched since. All the other great leaders that came along after him, they still didn't have what he presented to the black man to get us back on track, to self-reliance, all that,
Right.
self-awareness, self-confidence. He spoke all that.
Right. So you said something very profound. You said, I asked you, what happened? What did you notice when they pulled the trades out of the schools and sent everybody off to the universities?
Well, first and foremost, our community went into shambles. We lost our core of entrepreneurship, our core of being taught by people who look like us and learning about our history and our culture and learning things that are relevant to nation building, to building community. First you got to build your home first.
Right.
And from home go community.
Right.
And then from community go state, and that's a foundation. That's a strong foundation that we lack. Everybody else have it. All other races and nationality people, the Jews, the Indians, they come with their own culture. They come with their own religion. They come with their own lifestyle, and they don't apologize for it.
Exactly.
We so busy trying to latch on to what other people got and forgetting and neglecting what we have. And we taught all these people.
Right.
Taught them all how to live.
Right. I think about, I'm known for helping to build the automotive world.
Okay.
And I say I help over 100 black people, convicted felons primarily, start businesses. Everything from auto body shops, like lowrider shops, beauty salons, etc. And 100% of them was in the black community. None of them said, "Oh, I'm gonna go and put my business in the white community over there where I want to live at." They all, because you know why? Because they knew they wouldn't buy from them, right? Just people we could sell our stuff pretty much, and that's why they moved to our community. But now I notice with the universities, how many of them get their degree and come back home?
Probably less than 1%.
Wow.
I would assume because they seem like they're ashamed of where they come from, and they don't value the people that they grew up with, because those people probably didn't go as far as they did in life and didn't do some of the things they did. But I purposely chose to stay in my community and build it up, and with limited resources, because when I got this building here, my credit was probably the worst on earth. But and I think that I
You
was
were still able to buy one.
I was just fortunate because I'm a builder, and I saw a building that was really cheap, and the lady who owned the building had retired. She was in her 80s. She had one daughter who was a veterinarian, had no interest in this building. The building was just sitting here deteriorating. The whole area was blighted. So I saw something that nobody else could see. So exactly. I went to this lady, and she was in a hurry to get rid of it because, like I said, she in her 80s. So she trying to get off this thing, and the whole area, it was going down at that time. It's starting to go back up now because we got other businesses that's growing around here. And it took me 3 years working out of my pocket, to transform it to this. But I wasn't in a hurry because I was doing construction, so it was like my base. I had fixed up enough for it, to have like a little office, and the rest of it was just used for my equipment, material and stuff like that. And the extra material that I had off a job, I brought it here and put it where it needed to be. And in 3-4 years time, you know, Homeland Village
Took
was
off.
born. Yeah.
That's what's up.
And that was in 2001. I actually bought the building in '96, and it was 2001 when I opened up Homeland Village.
Wow.
So it was a 5-year period, but like I said, I wasn't in no hurry because
Long.
I was actually done paying for the building in 2006. 10-year mortgage.
Wow.
I'm paying $500 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about this area. It's like, you know, I watch all over the country. I go through these black communities and I see these boarded up commercial buildings, and it just,
Yeah.
you want to go?
Nah, he good.
Okay. And it blows my mind to see a boarded up commercial building
Yeah.
on the main street.
Yeah.
As a car builder, business owner, a guy who helped start businesses, we looking for buildings all the time.
Right.
To find a cheap building where I can go open up my auto shop and build cars in, or I could put my little sister in a beauty salon. Man, if my sister came out here right now, I'd be like, sis, I found a building for you. We gonna get it for $30,000. You know what I'm saying? And 20 chairs up in there or something. You know, if we all started doing half of us, a quarter of us,
Oh, yeah.
start doing business, there wouldn't be a vacant building in this area, in this whole city probably.
My goal is to see this street here from, I would say, at least 20 blocks. Nothing but black businesses.
Black Wall Street, huh?
Black Wall Street. That's my goal. And it started, you know, because we got probably, I know about 12 blocks where it's mostly black businesses. Now, it's some white businesses sprinkled in there, but,
Right.
you know, it's majority black businesses up and down this street alone.
Right.
There's a couple other areas that got, you know, still got black businesses, but, you know, that's how we got to do it. But we got to maintain it. You know,
Right.
We got to keep it up. We got to make it attractive, make it safe.
Right.
You know, so people will want to come and shop.
Well, you know, we's a flashy
Yeah,
people.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
See you too.
You got it. Okay, you got her. Okay, I know you don't get it.
I mean, so yesterday, right? I went to go call you to try to get up with you.
Mhm.
My wife was a little upset because I went out Sunday.
But you had the girls with you, so when you
Well,
came here-
that day, but I brought them back.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
but I went there, and I went Super Bowl. I went
Oh,
with
Super
my
Bowl, okay,
homeboy,
okay,
Local
right.
Groves.
Macon, Georgia. I'm in Macon, Georgia.
I just
Yeah, you know,
keep
man.
the peace, man.
Yeah, you got to keep the peace.
Yeah. So one of these days, man, I'll be because
Just whenever you find time, but you know, I'm always doing something, so I got to put a roof on this thing here. So, how good is you on walking on roofs?
Well, I'm usually heights get me a little bit, but I'm not
Yeah.
worried about a roof. I won't die from that fall.
Like, no,
Yeah.
I won't.
I hate to say it like that.
I won't put you on that ain't. Well, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't do. Now that part over there is flat, but this part here got a pitch, and I got to put a roof on both of them. But I'm gonna start on this one. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Just here throughout life, man, I have random experiences with stuff. Like when I was in 7th, 8th grade,
Mhm.
I had to help my uncle. Like he was a firefighter, and they volunteered and went around putting people's roofs on houses. 'Cause they
Wow.
had a storm had
That's
went through.
deep right there.
Yeah, so I got a lot of little random stuff of just doing like random work
Mhm.
on other people's houses and things.
Okay,
And just,
okay.
So now you know how to do it though,
well,
or understand the
yeah,
concept.
Yeah. It's a lot of. I think I'm the true definition of a jack of all trades, master of none.
Well, good. Good.
Okay.
That's how you get it going, man.
Yeah, but you know, most people don't even know a little bit.
That's right.
They say, "Oh, I can't do it," but you ain't never tried.
Oh, yeah,
You ain't tried.
See, you can find out how to do anything.
Yeah.
If somebody
You know,
show you.
Yeah,
Like, that's how
you know,
do it.
people-
See,
People,
see, that's how we learn better. You know, we learn, you know, by getting somebody, you know, somebody taking you under their wings, and you know,
Right.
showing you the ropes. And,
you
that's
know,
how I learn.
I can imagine any like all the stuff, everything I have like learned. For the most part, I'll say I taught myself. I don't want to say I hadn't learned from anybody,
Yeah.
but it's more so of a not them teaching, but me just kind of watching.
But
like,
you were
oh,
passionate enough about it, you know,
Yeah.
to learn on your own as opposed to just letting somebody tell
Oh,
you
yeah.
everything. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they might have gave you some pointers, but you took that and expounded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how you do it. And I did the same way.
Yep.
I did the same way. Yeah.
seeing it being done is powerful.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Yeah,
don't
that's
even
what I'm trying
understand.
to get with
That's
you,
what
man.
passion to get you, man.
Just
You know, if you're passionate about something, it would develop into a good vocation or whatever. You know. I mean, like I said, what I'm doing here,
Right.
I would do it for free
Yeah.
That
because it's just what I enjoy doing every single day. So
But
it
see
ain't
that.
work.
But see, that's how I came up from listening to brothers like this. Hey, come over here and help me with my roof. I'll give you a little, couple dollars. You get on. Come over here and help me change the brake on my car. We about to redo. Like you said, you a jack of all trades, master of none. I put a spin on that. I said, you know what? I'm a jack of all trades, but I've mastered them all after 30 years.
Okay, well, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After 30 years of keep messing with it, I didn't figure it all out. I know how to do pretty much everything because I just dabble for 30 years. Now it's like, you be like, oh, we finna put the roof on. I know where to start at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I may have never done it, but I know where to start. But that's the point of it. Now it's time to start teaching. You see what I'm saying? Bring these young people in,
Right.
and just like they would bring me in, TJ, man, I know you finna get in trouble hanging with them. You come over here. Let me just help me with this roof.
Yeah. And see, that's what I want to do with my time. Now, what's left of my time. That's why I love children so much. I love to be in the presence of children, man.
That
try
part.
to drop little tidbits on them. Cause they listen, they like sponges. They want to.
Man.
They want to absorb. And especially if you're doing something that they're intrigued about.
Yep. They just
when
like
kids
to
come
attend.
here, man, they eye get this big,
Yep.
Wow, and they see people in here who look like them,
Man.
and that's confident, that's relaxing.
Powerful.
That's stimulating, it's all those things. So
Yeah, my girls, they love it, man.
yeah, I love having them
They
here.
come on, they
I
can't
ain't
tell
seen
me
a
why.
kid yet come in this door, man, that didn't just,
It's a lot of stuff, like you said, that look like them, and
Yeah.
they ain't used to seeing that in the schools,
Right.
In the Barnes and Noble ain't got that. You know what I'm saying?
It's so generic, they purposely don't want to highlight anything that we have done.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's by design, because they won't take all the credit for everything.
I'm gonna say,
That part.
we done everything. So
Yeah, we done
they-
everything.
they
Yep. I did a lecture. I said, everybody hollering, we built this place. I said, but now everybody's saying we work there. I'm saying, we ain't built no more. You know what I'm saying?
I saw a video or something, and a little headline they were talking about. I hadn't watched it yet, but I saw the kind of the comments. But they were saying we should have a white history month.
Because they just shorter than ours.
But that's cause
That's all they need, though.
They don't. They highlight the things they have done,
Right,
but then you
because
will
they
see
ain't
that
done
they
that,
haven't
right.
done it.
No. Let's give them credit where credit is due. They did come up with the patent office, so they can steal our stuff.
You know, it's funny. So that's what I say they did to us. I say they have pencil whipped us.
That
into
part.
where we
That's
are
what
now.
they
That
did.
part.
That's
We
right.
respect
They
that.
came up with the contracts. You know what I'm saying? The 360 deals and all of that.
Yeah.
But that's written in some scriptures too. I gotta find it, but that's written where it says that this particular people will be mighty with the pen, and that will cause a lot of people to go into. I gotta find it, so I don't want to misquote it. But a lot of stuff is written not in the Bible, but just in a way in a lot of these other books that they tell you, hey man, I know it says David wrote that, but don't read it. Like it ain't in his Bible.
You know what I really tripped off of? I grew up in an environment of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And I sat back and I was just surrounded by business owners. You know what I mean? All my friends is business owners. So I assessed those people compared to my people who had jobs, my degree people. Night and day. Night and day conversations. You know what I mean? These people is humble, don't want to offend the wrong people because they don't want to lose their job. Well, these people, like, I don't give a
Oh,
F them.
You
You know what I'm saying? They can't hurt me. They can't do nothing from me. They can't take nothing from me because I got my own business. Forget them. They better wait in line. They better get behind me. It's just attitudes completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different.
I have a brother who talks down on us because he's the only one that really has kind of jumped out there like that. You know, he swears we're just like, but I think it's a two-way street on that because a lot of people who have their own, depending on how you got it now, like I feel like if you have a trade, that's something that you can, you can make your own everything with that. Like it's just, like you can turn down a job, you can, and it skills like that. But see, if you retailing something, as a business owner,
you can be cut off.
yeah, you still
Right.
relying on.
And see, you hit that. You are absolutely right. I tell people don't buy franchises.
Oh,
No.
Don't buy franchises. I come to this brother right here, say, brother, can I use your black print and open up Homeland 2 over here on the other side? And can I get everything from you?
I've been looking for this brother for 20 years.
You see what I'm saying? Can I get everything from you?
Yeah.
Now, see, the difference with doing that is I can come in here and say, man, my cousin, he making such and such, and we can undercut the price that you paying for this, and he'd be like, let's get him in here. But if I approach McDonald's, because I own a friend, I got four stores, hypothetically speaking, say, hey, can I bring in my cousin, man, he manufactured some plant-based spoons and forks. You know what I'm saying? And we can undercut what you paying for these. They're going to be like, nah, we good.
yeah.
No, thank you. We don't need nothing he got.
What's your name, man?
I'm TJ Lofton, brother.
Hey, it's Cedric Greens.
I'm Arthur over there. They carrying my book. In fact, I wrote a book cald Monetizing Gentrification.
I saw that. I saw
Wanna
that.
buy a copy?
I saw the top.
Yeah, you got last two
I spent way too
copies.
much money in here the past week.
I don't say that.
Hey, this the
Don't
one
say
that
it
you
like
gotta
that.
have though, brother.
Hey, no,
This the
I'm-
one that you gotta have the
for this week, not next week. You
Nah,
might
that-
come.
You'll be
Yeah,
back
I
next
can
pay.
pay
You'll be
every
back
week.
next payday to get it.
That's my brother. That's my brother.
I'm from California, brother. I just moved out here,
Okay. Oh,
so I'm
yeah.
out here to share, and but it's just when I come to the South, I see big differences, and I be having to explain to people because people be like, you got people who got some money, be like, I own 15 McDonald's, and I'd be like, but when you retire, don't all that go back to the corporation? Well, yeah, yes it does. Just be honest, yes it does go back. You can't leave that to your children, right? Well, if they go take the classes and all of that, that ain't how that works.
Man, so I'm glad you brought it up. My brother, my younger brother, he came into some money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he had the opportunity to really start up. So he bought a couple of franchises.
Right.
Hates it. Says it's probably the worst thing he ever did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, he can't maneuver. He's stuck to
Right.
whatever basically he got.
Right.
You gotta
He
go by
ain't
that
making
guy,
no
bro.
Be controlled by.
High paid slave.
But he also has a food truck. Now you
That's
talk
what he
through the
killing.
food truck, killing them.
Killing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
man.
Kill him. His own personal food truck,
Well, it's him and two of his friends.
but it's not in the franchise, of
Right,
course.
right.
But see, this is where I come in. We never had, like, for example, I noticed y'all said y'all like a certain person earlier. I don't want to bring the name up because we live. We got speakers who are traveling.
Still recording.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna keep it clean. We got intellectual conversation going on. Everybody like that. So people are promoting that to us. There is while we saying I noticed some people, other people you named too. We talking about recycling our black dollars and that and buying black, et cetera, et cetera. The whole movement, right? That's hurting, dude. That's hurting a lot of people.
Yeah.
That don't look like us. They losing a lot of money because we deciding to keep that money home. So I'm looking at the response to that. You got rappers talking about, yeah, we're going to recycle our black dollars and buy the block back and all that. We're going to open up our own Denny's. We're going to open up our own Burger Kings and McDonald's.
But
And I'm like,
they're taking it to
they back home. So it's the bamboozle. We got to pay attention. So now you got name brand black speakers who pushing the line talking about black people got to keep the money in the black community, and then they say, come on, y'all, let's get together, and I'm going to teach y'all how to do stocks. Like, what? How many black corporations is public that we going to go buy stocks in? So here we go again, being bamboozled and being tricked out of the community. We think we on the right path. We really love what this guy's saying, but then he hit us with the undercut and say, and you like, y'all missed it, huh? It went right over your head. And he's a leader of the black community, and man, he got way more followers than you, TJ. And I'd be like, he leading you right back out the community, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stock market, he told you to buy Apple. He told you to buy Google. He told you to buy J.C. Penney's and Louis Vuitton. All of them cats is buying up the black communities, gentrifying them with your stock dollars.
But what about just having a fresh market that you buying from black farmers?
That part. That part.
It ain't got to be all fancy with no labels and titles. It's just a market that got what people need in the community, and they go there. By not having all those labels and tags and stuff, the prices is moderate. You got to be putting all these, You know, like how you put, you buy a T-shirt and you put Nike on it, that up the price $20.
Right.
But if it's just a plain T-shirt and you put what you want on it, you pay $5 for it. You got what you want on it. You ain't got what somebody else want on it. Because then you advertising for this big corporation.
I'd rather have that T-shirt that say Homeland Cultural sitting on it. You know what I'm saying?
That you got on there?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
I
see,
can.
We creative people anyway. I mean, but we're so creative to where we can make stuff like that. And it's original.
Right.
And you don't see other people walking around with it on. You see a million jokers walking around with Nike on every day. They advertising for Nike. Or
and
Nike,
Nike,
Adidas, or whoever.
And then Nike turn around and take that money and be like, okay, well, we're gonna get a cop that killed Trayvon Martin or whoever it was. We're gonna help him bail out with our dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're gonna send him some money so he can post bail. Like, wait a minute, y'all got all our money now. Y'all using our money against us.
Yeah. Dr. Umar spoke on that too. He was saying about what was it about we're taking the money to the churches, taking the money, taking
Church
it to
dollars,
to
Jesus
the bank,
dollars,
and then the bank take that money
yeah.
and give it to a racist organization. And then they come in your neighborhood and buy the neighborhood, ostracize you, and then build these nice places, for gentrification. And it's a vicious cycle.
That's what they're doing. See, we got to be able to pay attention and understand that. You see what I'm saying? So he speak on that, I speak on that, and can tell you how things really work. But most people, they don't understand it. They don't.
Right.
They think these people's cool. They like everybody jump up and say, forget that. We're gonna put our money in the black banks.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on. Is that black bank lended money to the Homeland? Did you get a business loan? You're like, nope. They ain't never gave me a loan. You know what I'm saying? They turned me down 10 times. Why are we gonna give them the money?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we got to pay attention to these and understand what questions to ask.
Yeah.
Most people we are being led like sheep.
Right.
That's why they say sheeple.
Yeah.
And then it's a cold situation, man. I'm doing my digging and my research. I find out when Marcus Garvey came, did they say they created the NAACP to go after Marcus Garvey or something like that?
It was supposedly a beef between him and W.E. Du Bois.
Boy, we look at those two, Garvey versus Du Bois. Man, we look at
There's always versus something.
You see what I'm saying? But when you look at it, it's like I'm talking about on the coon level.
Well,
the people who are being created to go in our community as leaders, designing to keep us doing a certain thing. So it was Booker T versus, Du Bois. Booker T keep the trades in school. Du Bois talk about higher education. Now we got some years later to assess which one worked.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Booker T was right. You know what I'm saying?
Because Du Bois was very bougie.
And then they say he was the first one who first graduate that graduated from this all-white school, Harvard Law, or something like that.
Yeah, they used to be a big thing. They used to be the first.
And they recruit. That's like, let me keep it honest with y'all. Every time they have me come out to a university and I speak, and it just dominates the room because I gave that that presentation that got everybody attention, it's always some white cat in the background. Man, come talk. I got something I want to share with you. I want to talk to you, and I want to finance, and I got, come on over to Beverly Hills and let me show you. We ready to pay you off because we see you got leadership skills, and we need to make sure all people like you work for us. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm only there 5 times a year at 5 different schools, hypothetically speaking, what you think about the thousands of graduates that are black graduating there? Do you think he ain't approached them too? That's why, come on now, they say less than 5% of black business owners have a college degree. What does that say? That's real talk right there. What does that say? Less than 5% of black.
I don't have a college degree.
That's what I'm saying.
I got 2 businesses, construction and business.
That's what I'm saying.
I could probably do 3 more if I wanted to.
I have a degree, and that's probably the worst mistake I ever made in my life.
Now we ain't here to blast the
No,
degree people because we need doctors, we need lawyers, we blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
You need a degree
But
for that.
on the
We
general,
don't need doctors, we need healers.
I had a,
there you go,
well,
healer. There
that's
you
a
go.
whole other thing too.
We definitely need healers. So yeah, I stand corrected. You're right.
I can
Doctors.
more people than anybody. But yeah, I got a degree, and it's in accounting. It's just keeping up with money. That's just organizing. Like,
We need that too, though.
but I
But
get
then you
that.
didn't have to go
That's probably
spend.
no system.
You didn't have to spend $300,000 to get that degree.
Well, I ain't spend it anyway.
How much you spent?
I spent straight up. I only spent about $20,000 on college.
Okay. Did you go to 4 year or what did you go to?
Yeah.
Okay,
4-year degree.
so you paid the way on some stuff.
I had my first 2 years I had scholarship,
Okay, there you go.
and then I went to the military and I got the GI Bill, so I was able to pay a little of that too.
Okay.
And the matter of fact, I say 20,000. It's about 14,000. It wasn't quite 20.
Okay.
But how old are you though?
I'll be 40 this year.
Okay, so now see, that's what I tell people. There's a cutoff line. After a certain age, college is way different now.
Yeah.
It's 30,000, 25, 30 and up
Yeah.
a year now,
Yeah.
and you got to have 5 of them now, 5 years.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I caught the best of it because even with student loans, my interest rate went by like 2%, and my
Right.
wife who is 6 years younger than me. I mean, her junk was like 8-9%. I'm like, they getting you like that straight out of college? Like,
Yeah.
Hey, and that's deep. Now, as a used to be mortgage broker, y'all come in my office talking about y'all want to buy a house. I'm like, both of y'all got student loans? Get out of here. Like, get out of here. Y'all ain't qualified. Collectively, y'all got $250,000. Get out of my office, man. Y'all worse than the people with no credit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But they don't teach that.
No, they don't.
They don't teach that,
I
man.
Cars, I see the same thing, man. They
Oh.
come there with, I just here to buy a car. Okay, have you ever bought a car before? No, man, it's my first time. You like, okay. What kind of credit you have?
Oh, yeah.
How much money you got?
I don't go there after
I
that.
got my income tax. I got
We done.
Don't do this
I got
credit.
$3,000 and I wanted 28. I wanted 2021. You know, top of the line Honda.
Okay, so you work at the Honda. I don't want to throw you out there, but let's talk about it. We were just talking about that. The Honda, the car dealer. My background. I'm a celebrity car builder. I build lowriders for a lot of rap videos, movies. So I'm a super celebrity car builder mechanic. Go have a seat, brother.
Yeah.
So check this out. I already see the game of what's going on because I'm, as an industry leader, I'm feeling the effects of not having anyone to work for me, if that makes sense. Now you got an abundance of people who do know how to work and work on the cars. All of them getting the green light. Damn, he making too much money. I need to do this myself. I can start my own business. So now I can't. We having problems replacing and bringing in qualified skillsmen to work on these cars. So now it's spilled over into the. Tell me about the professional level of the Honda dealer and all of that, because
man.
I became an advisor to the school district, Compton School District in Inglewood. Compton School District, where I graduated, Centennial High School, has an auto mechanic shop, and all the car dealers is recruiting straight out of that school.
Yeah.
Straight out, like, look, you ain't got to pay for no college. We'll pay for everything, because they are desperate for labor. But tell me, what have you seen? What are you hearing?
I mean, what you're describing, I think that's just. I mean, that's just industry. Like, no matter what industry. I mean.
Yeah, wherever it's labor.
Yeah, I mean, but as far as from what I've seen, it just seems to me as they have dumbed everything down to where, even with mechanics, it's just you plug it up to a computer.
Right.
This is what's wrong. I mean, this is how you fix it. It's no. The days to me of just going to the local
It's
bank.
deeper than that, though. Well, go ahead. It's
You
deeper
know,
than that. Well,
Well,
go ahead.
I think but what I think is how has to do with what we were talking about before. Like you really don't need any skill. That. I'm talking about to the cars now, new cars. I'm not talking about But as far as like I said, as far as like with the workers, I mean it's hard to I feel like they're just grabbing anybody and they have their set. You start off doing your oil changes but rarely people can, from what I've seen, can move past that level of
Right.
oil changes to let's just say tune-ups to replacing backup
assessing what's
cameras
wrong with this car.
Yeah, because as far as what's wrong with the car, they just plug it in. I mean,
But it ain't that easy. They say that, but it's not that easy.
plug it in. Look, the tires. They got a machine that roll the wheels over. You can see the tread. See how if your tread is wearing unevenly. I mean, everything is computerized. It's a machine. It almost takes no skill to work on that car.
But let me tell you how the game works. So let me put y'all up on some game here. They create the computer to create that sense of, oh, it's all going to be easy now.
Yeah.
But I got a car sitting at the house that when you pull that bad boy up, it don't get no check engine light, but it has a problem. And it shows that problem off and on. And somebody else said their car does the same thing. So this is like a new bamboozle. So I take my car to the dealer, he plug it up to the machine, charge a whole bunch of money to tell me, you ain't got no codes, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it cut off. Yeah. They like, but next time it do it, come back. Okay, well, it did. It tore it up there, and it still ain't got a code.
If we can't duplicate
So
it.
let's try. What do they say when they can't figure it out or it's going to be too much? What's the favorite thing y'all say?
Oh, I mean, shoot. I'm going to say, it's time for a new car.
There it is there. But I'm seeing that more often, though.
I got you.
Because they can't fix these cars. They don't have the service people anymore.
That
Or look
makes
at,
sense.
you go to Mercedes or even Honda. I don't own a Honda, so I don't know what y'all doing. But I'm kind of assuming that it's hard to fix anything. Whenever you go to the dealer and say, hey, my air conditioner stopped pumping, blowing. It ain't finna be $55 or $189. It's gonna be like $3,000. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now, if I gonna pay $3,000 to fix the air, and I know that it's an oil leak over there, and it got a dent in the back,
And you still
or
got payments.
it still got payments, or is it just cheaper to take that $3,000 and trade it in? See what I'm saying? So that's why the prices. But I believe they raised the prices on this stuff because they really can't fix these cars. They don't have the manpower, the qualified workers to do that. Like my dad was a master mechanic, right? He's running a diesel. He's a diesel mechanic, by the way. Put it like that. And when my dad, they treated him like you just another cat. My dad got a little older, and he says, "You know what, y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and retire early." What? Like, oh no! His whole status changed when he said he's gonna retire. And they said, "Look, man, we will wheelchair you in here every day if your leg hurt." You know what I'm saying? But we need you to teach these young kids because they don't know nothing with the degrees from the certified trade schools of diesel mechanicry. They can't just listen to the engine and say, "Okay, I know what it is."
Yeah.
The new guys need the machine.
Yeah.
My dad would tell you, "No, that machine's wrong. It is not that. It's this. I've been working on these for 30 years. I know exactly what's wrong with that truck." You see what I'm saying?
That's by design.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's all a game. So, but the labor is the big deal. The carpenters are not there anymore. The car people are not there. It's a multi-billion-dollar a year industry screwing over people who don't know. I was telling brother, I said, "Look, man, I like riding around. There's some nice cars on the side of the road broke down out here.
Yeah.
There's some nice cars sitting in the backyard, sitting there dirty. It's like a 2000 minivan sitting back there." I'm like, man, I bet you somebody lied to them and told them something majorly wrong with this van, and that's why they went and bought another one, came to visit you, and got a new one. But this van sitting in the backyard with 110,000 miles on it, and it's just the battery cable is going out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is so common. That is so common. And I love when I ain't doing nothing, like in this COVID era right now. Man, let me find me a warehouse. I'm going to have a warehouse full of cars that got Mickey Mouse problems. And when I'm riding, I can just look at certain cars, like up to 2009. I know all cars and all problems. Okay, that's a '08 Mercedes right there. I guarantee you it's the such and such. Put that machine up. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Oh, that '84 Honda, the such as the rack and pinion goes out on those. You know what I'm saying? We can get one of them off of eBay for $72. You know what I'm saying? Take me an hour to put it on. And I'm like, boom, buying these cars for $100. Some people say, man, you can just tow this thing out my yard. I'll be happy.
Yeah,
that's a $1 billion industry right there.
I got a Jaguar. I got a Ford van. I got Volkswagen 84 model Volkswagen van, and yeah, I got 2 BMWs in my yard now. Now both BMW run. They need a little work on them. The van, actually everything back there run. The motor, it does. But but it's just the upkeep of it.
Yeah.
Just,
It's crazy. When I'm speaking around everywhere I go speaking, I be giving these big speeches, presentations, whatever. And I mentioned, I'm a retired celebrity car builder, but now real estate and gentrification. And I'm like, okay, school teacher wants to talk to me. Principal wants to talk to me. Doctor such and such wants to talk to me. And I'm like, yeah, they're going to give me a contract to come, can you bring us a curriculum or something? You know what the 99% of the conversations they ask me?
My car?
Can you come look at my BMW? My Mercedes is doing. I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't you hear me say I met Tupac? I thought you was going to ask me about, you want me to come look at your BMW? Because you heard that I'm a master car builder. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, it shows clearly the skilled labor is not there.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can take that could be a good thing. You can look at that one or two ways. I mean, maybe they see that's what's important,
No, that's a problem they're having because you know what's really going on? I know people, and I'm going to use one of my friends. I hope she ain't on here. $1 million doctor living in the mansion looking over the ocean, all the way down to the girl on Section 8, who all of them in these houses. They all having problems. They all got between $10,000 to $100,000 in household problems that needs to be done, and automotive problems. You see what I'm saying? They can't find anyone affordable to do it because they know that the guy is trying to take advantage of them because it's a single woman here. So they know that they don't know. So I had that sister sitting there, house worth $3.5 million, looking at the ocean. She bringing in $1 million plus a year, and she got a hole in her lip in her bedroom ceiling because she fell out with the guy that was going to put her new ceiling fan in, and it didn't have no power to the ceiling fan. And they told her how much it's going to cost because they like, Benz is in the garage, house costs $3.5, you a doctor, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's about a $1,200 job because let me tell you how complicated it is to put these 3 wires on this ceiling fan. You know what I'm saying? So she's sitting there like, you're right, my house is $3.5 million, so you're right, I gotta have someone certified here that's bonded to come and connect these 3 wires and 2 screws. You know what I'm saying? So it's sit there for a whole 2 years with a hole in her ceiling, making $1 million a year, until one day I did a video of me doing this COVID hit. So I did a video like, okay, these guys think they're going to get over on me. I'm driving to South Carolina to do it myself. Man, I hung some ceiling fans and did all of a sudden my phone blowing up all over the country. When you coming back to Louisiana? When you coming back to California? When you coming back to Vegas or Arizona? And so I go back there and I'm looking at this ceiling fan and she wants to sit me down and give me the lecture of what the guy said about these 3 wires, about how difficult it is to put this ceiling fan up, right? They was going to charge me $3,000, so I don't want you to mess it up or burn down the house, because I know you ain't bonded, TJ. I know you ain't certified. You know what I'm saying? Man, I was like, will you leave me alone? Can you go get me some water? I'm really thirsty. Man, she went down there. When she got back to ceiling fan and stuff, and she was in tears like, oh my God. And I'm like, I know you probably going to pay somebody to come overlook my work. You know what I'm saying? Because she know I ain't certified. You know what I'm saying? So the bamboozle that's being put on us. Never let somebody work on your house that's not certified. Never let somebody work on your car. Don't let a shade tree mechanic work. You know how that word disappeared. You don't hear shade tree mechanics no more. No. If you any type of mechanic, you are the man. You high pay. All those shade tree mechanics is all mass celebrity car builders now. You know what I'm saying? That's what people don't understand. But they got celebrities. I'm sitting there as a shop owner who helped pioneer this career, this community. People calling me saying, TJ, I'm such and such, and I work for Rick Ross, hypothetically speaking, and he got like 58 cars over here in Atlanta. Do you got anybody that can come over there and restore his cars like you? You know, Rick Ross, okay, he said, come January, he wants to paint all his cars red. And he wants all of them. He wants some new 32s on everything. And he wants some burgundy Louis Vuitton leather and all this stuff. And we need you to come over there. And some of them, he wants the bigger engines in them. We need you to, do you got a guy that can come over there and work on at his house? I'm like, yeah, let me call you. I got somebody for you. But think about it. Rick Ross ain't showing up at Midas to get a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? He ain't showing up at Honda talking about, man, so what's wrong with my car? They got mechanics. Celebrity mechanics that come to their house for all of that. And we ain't talking about that in the school district. I mean, we ain't talking about that in our community. I'm the only one talking about stuff like that. Yeah. They looking at me like, I ain't never knew about that. Yeah, like, plumbers, all that stuff. Yeah, celebrity plumber. I'm like, you working on getting your doctorate. I'm working on laying Jay-Z's driveway in front of his $88 million house. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to be his celebrity gardener. Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I used to talk to the kids in school on career day. You know, tell them about being an entrepreneur. And a lot of time I would start the conversation off was, how many in here know Michael Jordan? You know, everybody they all sparked up. I said, y'all know what Michael Jordan do, right? You know, yeah, they know what Michael Jordan. I said, who all want to be like Michael Jordan? Everybody raised their hand. I said, now we know we can't all be Michael Jordan, right? You know, so they accept that fact. I said, how many of y'all would want to get some of Michael Jordan's money? You know, I said, that's what I do. Maybe not Michael Jordan, but I get people like Michael Jordan. I get their money because I work on their house. Yep. You know, yep. And you can build Michael Jordan house. If you could build Michael Jordan house, you a millionaire just as much.
That quick.
You know.
Hey.
Because you ain't been building his house either.
Yeah. And you know the benefits to working with these kind of people? I'm sitting there dealing with all these celebrities, right? And they like, I'm listening to the mindset. And this dude tell me, he said, man, I said, what's up with that Bentley over there? He said, that mother too damn old. I'm like, really? I'm like, what's wrong with it? He like, that motherfucker old. That shit got 12,000 miles on it. I ain't driving that shit. I'm like, wow, whole 12,000, huh?
12,000.
I'm like, okay, like, I might take that off your hands. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna give that to my sister. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't drive that. I'm like, are you serious? That's the mindset out there. Yeah. Then I remember, because, you know, I'm always around these cats, so I tell them, I say, I never forget the time Cat told me, he said, this when I first started doing it, Cat was, I'm like, man, why don't you invest in the community, buy a grocery store or something? Oh, man, I'm going to holler at you when I finish my Shark Tank. I'm like, your Shark Tank? Like, yeah. And then the boy said, last week he did the lion cages. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but okay. So I'm laughing, but I'm thinking about it. I got to be stupid. Now I'm dumbing myself down. But on the entrepreneurial side, I'm like, how much you pay for the Shark Tank? Oh, it was only $100,000. Like, really? Like, God damn, I need to learn how to lay some Shark Tank stuff or something. Like, how much did you pay to do the tiger lion cages and stuff? Oh, that was $500,000. Because I had to have, because, you know, cats can jump. And I'm like, what? I'm like, 500,000? What it look like? No, let me show you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's just wrought iron. You know what I'm saying? That's $2,000 worth of materials. So I'm thinking to myself, we really need to get the trades so we can do that, because everything, put it like this. When I start working on these cats lowriders, I started taking money out of that community, and I started seeing the structure of things. Mm-hmm. They was not trying to let me build this football or this basketball player's car, but because they didn't have nobody to do it. Nobody was able to build a 64 convertible or 59 convertible Chevy at the, you know what I'm saying, at the new customized shops that they dealing with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have nobody who could put some 30-inch wheels on a little small Honda that don't fit that, you know, on a new Accord, because they don't fit. So it was me who had to troubleshoot and butcher the car and figure out how to put it together and bypass all those lights. And they didn't know how to do that. So that's why I got that kind of business. Yeah. But outside of that, it was like, no. Don't you want a Lamborghini? Don't you want a Ferrari or something? Why you need a 59 Chevy? oh man, I won't like the guys in the video. So that was a hard deal for them to let that money come out the community. So yeah, he got $50 million as an athlete, as a whatever, but his manager has a hard time letting that money go over back into the black community. They want to introduce him to all these white shops that they can go to customize, the white guy to come over there and do your Shark Tank and all of this stuff. Yeah, it's deep, dude. So now, as the car builder, I was one of the first to go into the world of seeing where is this money going. What's the structure? Oh, your manager. I get my money from your manager. He's gonna cut my check. Oh, okay. I'm calling him, and he's Jewish.
Oh yeah, every time.
And he looking at me like I got shit on my head, and he questioning everything I say. Well, explain to me why this cost $50,000, TJ. It's just a 64. You know what I'm saying? The car didn't cost that much at 64 and all of that, dude. Look, I'm special. I don't ask you what you do. How much you make? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, leave me alone then. This is what I do. So I got to see that world and see how they directing the money, keeping it in their communities. You see what I'm saying? So now that I finally got myself into the house of the garage, they like, look, we're going to send the jet to pick you up because he didn't mess the car up again. And you're the only one that know how to do it. We're going to have to fly you out to Orlando. So do you know where Hawthorne Airport is? I'm like, yeah, that's by the house. But LAX is, no. Fly, private plane. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no shit. Like, private? Okay. Like, oh, you flying private. That's what that is? Okay. Boom. Send me a jet, fly me out to Florida or whatever to come over here and figure out they done messed up the car. Now I'm in the house, and I'm like, damn. Look at all this money. This is what money look like. But most importantly, this is what stupid spending looks like.
Right. That's exactly what
this is what wasteful spending looks like. But I had to realize early on, don't tell people what to do with their money. Get on the receiving end of that money. How can you receive some of this money that's being spent? So I'm like, damn, who do I know how to do plexiglass for a Shark Tank? Who do I know that could do some cool-ass fucking tiger cages and some Rottweiler cages and whatever it is they want to do and that could build? You finna build? You couldn't find a house. Jay-Z and Beyonce was on the housing market with $50 million for like 2 years in Beverly Hills. Couldn't find nothing. 50 million wasn't enough. You understand what I'm saying? You know how much they end up spending? 88 million. They found the house that they really wanted, 125, and the guy was ahead of his time, and he ended up taking 88 because it was Beyonce and Jay-Z. He wanted to meet them. You understand what I'm saying? But how about $88 million for a mansion? Google, y'all got to go on YouTube and type in Beverly Hills real estate.
Ain't got that kind of interest or time.
See, this is that stuff I'm talking about, man. Why we got to get into the trades because I'm really looking at Oprah Winfrey dropped $90 million on her mansion. One of them. How about that?
Yeah.
One of 5 or 10 of them. You understand what I'm saying? $90 million on this house here. And my thing is, they on there talking about this toilet is only 3 of these in the world, solid gold. You see what I'm saying? So when I'm giving my presentations, I be like, as a plumber, if Oprah calls me and says, TJ, I need, my toilet is tripping over here. It's not flushing. So I'm like, okay, you want me to come over to your $90 million house and look at one of 3 toilets in the entire world that's solid gold and come over and figure out why it ain't flushing no more, right? So, okay, Oprah, hold up. Let me see. My service charge to come out is going to be $16,000 because I got to dodge all the cops and try not to get pulled over coming over there. You know what I'm saying? I got to go get a car wash first, you know. So when I go in there and I look and I realize, okay, the solid gold chain just fell in, dropped off the handle and fell into the tank, right?
What's your service fee for that?
So it's gonna be $32,000 to take the chain and put it back on and squeeze it a little bit. Give me $32,000, Oprah, because that was really a bad situation. You almost would have had to replace the toilet, but I figured it out and I saved it. You ain't gonna have that problem no more. Trust me. Next time that happens, you call me back. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody else, because whoever put this in here, They screwed you over.
All right, bro. Okay,
I'm going for
All
real.
right, fam. You take it.
TJ.
Yep,
Hey,
that's
how
me.
can I find you on social media?
Thomas
Are you
TJ
on-
Lofton.
are you
I'm on there. IG and all. Matter of fact, I need to hit the road. Y'all told me to hold on myself.
Hey man, it was good meeting you.
All right, bro.
Y'all
Take care,
care.
sis.
See you later.
All right. I suppose we went to the grocery store. I ain't made it.
Appreciate it. I'm out, y'all. We out of here. Peace.